Really looking into the whole Ark Aquatica thing, I'm actually really disappointed because the concept art for this thing is amazing, but the actual game is just horrible. And again, I've played just about every map on Ark Survival Evolved and stuff in the original Ark. I had the island, Fyodor, Ragnarok, and just look at some of these things. Monstrocetus? Like, this is a great concept. I mean, a giant whale. And you guys know me. I'm like a sucker for like giant monstrous sized, creatures, especially animals, because I'm a sucker for sauropods and stuff like that. But then you also had this anglerfish looking thing, and it would have been great. I would love this as a tame or maybe even a mini boss that you can fight. But how did y'all mess this up? This looks like it belongs on Ascended more than anything. No. I don't care what y'all say. This should have been on Ascended. And then the audacity. I was looking for this thing's name for like the long, because I thought it would have had some cool name. But even then, Lava Serpent is great. This would have been an excellent for like maybe a mini tame or maybe a boss you can like also have as well. Kind of like Fenrir and stuff like that, right? But how did y'all waste this much? All this money, all this time, and all this effort, and then you had aquatic versions of like the T-Rex and Tyrannus, I believe. But I think the thing that pisses me off more is the Dakosaurus. This thing is nothing more than a rebranded Mosasaurus. It straight up sucks. And keep in mind, the original Dakosaurus wasn't the best here. It was actually a pretty good mount, but again, it always got scared and ran away a lot of the times and would only attack on like occasions. It was a coward. Like, even more so than the Moss Chops, it was a coward. Or, well, probably not, because there's no bigger coward than the Moss Chop, right? But the thing is, though, there are better concepts from Dakosaurus, and for Dakosaurus, excuse me, and this by this creator right here, named Matto518. And the Dakosaurus concept for this is just like 10 million times better. The Godzilla of the sea, where the females are bigger and the males are smaller. Not too small that they'd be, useless. But again, small nevertheless, so you can at least tell the difference, or at least have that sexual dimorphism is what I'm trying to say here. And again, look at it. Just look at it for like a good minute. Splendid, ain't it? Beautiful. The size of these creatures, the bioluminescence. And in all honesty, I would love this for the game. I really would. I do think we need a bit more sea creature representation, because the ocean's not as, fun. But this Dakosaurus, it looks like it could have been great. But it's a Mosasaurus repaint. Like, it's disappointing in so many ways right now. But let's really talk about Aquatica in general. Looking at the map itself here, and again, I did not buy the game. I simply looked at other YouTubers' reviews and stuff and did my own research for it. The fact that it's a ruined city with a few land masses, so, people can still build on it, but with also underwater areas, underwater pockets where you can easily build on land and stuff, it makes me angry, almost. Like, it makes me like upset that we could have actually had an underwater map, but they wasted it on evolved type of settings because it was lazy. And again, I'm glad some of the comments said this in my post, but this was lazy. This game had so much potential. I mean, just imagine it, right? Think about it. You could have an underwater civilization, new creatures, new tames, new everything. We could have had greatness. We could have had whales and dolphins and stuff like that. Official sea creatures that actually had some time and effort put into it, right? But no, we don't get that. Instead, we get some lazy copy and repasted garbage. And again, I know, I think y'all can kind of hear the disappointment in my voice because, even re-looking at this, we could have had so much. We really could have. We could have had, I do love the lava serpent. I would never get rid of it. And I love monstrositas, but imagine we had like water dragons or water wyverns, you know? Wyverns that can fly up on land, but they're slower. And then when they dive in the water, they turn into these like mini torpedoes and just shoot out, you know? We could have had that. We could have had greatness. And again, don't get me wrong, some of the creatures' concepts are great, like the starfish, the clam that can actually shoot pearls at people. And I also think that having some dinosaurs that can go underwater or some underwater variants, like the T-Rex being able to go underwater and stuff like that and actually swim fluently would have been funny and great at the same time. Kind of like the whatchamacallit? The C-Rex movie. It was an old sci-fi movie where it was basically like a swimming Tyrannosaurus Rex that just that just attacked and destroyed a coastal city because they took its egg and stuff like that. But again, it was already eating people anyway, so I guess it wasn't too much of a tragic thing, right? But this whole map, and keep in mind, there's not even a border to it as well, so it's pretty much just lazy work entirely. And keep in mind, going underwater, it's basically a coralled and seagrassed up Extinction City. Yeah, that's how lazy this was here. And again, I got nothing against the city from Extinction. I actually, recently started playing Extinction and stuff like that, and I built my civilization, or built my city in one of the more top areas of Extinction. Probably not the best place, especially when it comes to like water and stuff like that. But I definitely gotta say it kind of is what it is. I had to build there because I was kind of tired of having to deal with NPC tribes trying to attack me 24/7 if I was on the ground. Plus the local Carno population kept trying to eat me. Yeah. So there was that to deal with. But hey, at least I got some Earcarchiras, Gigas, and some Scorpio Venators, which are great for that map, by the way. I recommend getting the additional creatures wild arc mod, and definitely getting a Scorpio Venator, because those guys will keep you safe from Oranios and Plumonoscorpius and stuff like that. They'll basically help you out the entirety of the game, because I mean, easy chitin, chitin harvesting, easy cementing paste creation as well. So yeah, I definitely recommend that. But overall, wow. When I heard this was absolute garbage, I almost didn't want to believe it, because I love an underwater map, right? And I was so fascinated by the lava serpent more than anything, because I thought, oh great, this will be a great boss and stuff like that. But really looking at it and do my own research, I've never been more disappointed in all my experiences when it came to Ark, but this kind of just tops it. But that's going to be all for today, you guys. That's my rant for Ark Aquatica. Well, do I think it should be on Ascendant? Yeah, I think Ascendant could definitely do it better. Ascendant could easily take care of it, and we could easily get those creatures. I would love to have a Monstrositas family, and maybe a lava serpent as well. I also know that Sunken World is also doing something similar to that, or at least they had something similar with their own map as well, having, like, I know they had sea dragons, Pelagorus as well, Ambulocetus, which already is in the the Sunken World mod and stuff like that, as long as with the beautiful Henotis as well. So Yeah, I think they'll definitely do a better job. Give it to them. Shoot, they can definitely do it. Give them the money and resources that Snail Games wasted on this. But that's going to be all today, you guys. Please comment down below. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.